case is full. Son of a bitch!
Hi guys, welcome back to Montana Off-Road. And everybody knows, nobody goes out and buys a Jeep specifically for the gas mileage, but with the price per gallon reaching just over $5 now, it never hurts to try to maximize your fuel economy. So in today's video, I'm gonna be going over just that and try to get you a few extra miles out of your gas tank. Stay tuned. All right, quick disclaimer before we get started is this is information that I gathered, and some of it could be considered my personal opinion. So this is in no way intended to be all-knowing fact. Do your own research, watch this video, take what you want, discard the rest, and let's get started. So the Jeep Wrangler is basically built like a brick, which is not super conducive for great aerodynamics. And what the result of that is, there'd be a lot of wind drag when you're not only on the highway, but also in town. When you've got such severe angles on your bumper, as well as your windshield, pairing that with if you take the top off your Jeep, it's just not overly conducive for great aerodynamics. So number one is going to be doing anything you can not to reduce your aerodynamics even further. All right guys, so if you take your brick here and you add accessories such as a high lift jack mounted to the front of your vehicle on the hood, or if you get a light bar and mount it to the top of your windshield, those are both big factors in contributing to reducing your aerodynamics, which in turn is going to reduce your gas mileage. So if you've got these accessories, what I would recommend if you're trying to increase your gas mileage is maybe mount the high lift jack somewhere else in the vehicle, perhaps inside or on the back. And for your light bar, maybe just replace those with some pod lights, therefore increasing your aerodynamics and increasing your gas mileage. All right, I don't think number two is going to come as too much of a surprise to anyone, but increasing your tire size is in turn going to reduce your gas mileage. So if your vehicle is primarily going to be just your daily driver and you're not maybe taking it off-road overly often and don't need the extra capability that comes along with having a larger tire, then maybe a smaller tire size is something to consider if you're trying to maximize your fuel economy. Now I get this can be tough for a lot of people because they are actually going out and using this to their full capability, so they do need a larger tire size to do what they want. That's great for those people. Just keep your larger tire size. Just know it is reducing your fuel economy. Okay guys, one more thing really quick regarding your tires before we move on is you're going to want to be periodically checking your PSI in your tire. And if you're running the recommended amount of PSI in your tire, that is what's going to be maximizing the amount of gas mileage that you get. So running a lower PSI may add a little bit more comfort on the streets, but if what you're looking for is maximizing gas mileage, then making sure you're running right at that recommended amount of air for your tire is what is going to do that. Okay guys, number three is going to be making sure that your vehicle is regularly maintained. And what I mean by that is when you need to replace your spark plugs or spark plug wires, or if you need an oil change, air filter, oil filter, making sure those things get done in a timely manner, because by pushing those off to a further time, you are in turn reducing the efficiency of your vehicle, which is in turn reducing your gas mileage. So if you've got those things that you've been putting off, I'd recommend getting them done as quickly as possible, and that is going to help with your gas mileage. All right guys, if you're enjoying the video so far, then make sure to give me a Jeep wave by hitting that like button down below. Now let's get back into it. Guys, number four is going to be a fact for the older Jeeps and then a myth for the newer Jeeps, and it's something that I want to talk about. It's running a manual versus an automatic. So in the older Jeeps, running a manual was a more efficient way to go because your Jeep didn't have to expend the extra energy and mileage to do the shifting itself. But with technology these days in these newer Jeeps, you're probably better off running an automatic because they're so much more effective and so much more efficient than what these older Jeeps were. If you're trying to maximize your gas mileage in an older Jeep, then I would run a manual. If you're trying to maximize your gas mileage in a newer Jeep, then I would just go with that automatic. Okay guys, number five is going to go hand in hand with number three in the sense that we're trying to increase the efficiency of our vehicle so that we can increase our gas mileage. Now this is a product called Seafoam and I'm very excited to try it. It's got very good reviews. I have yet to try this, but in the next video I will be giving my full review on how this worked as far as increasing my gas mileage. So stay tuned for that. But this can be applied directly to your gas tank. You use a whole bottle, and it doesn't matter how much gas is currently in your vehicle, just pour the whole thing in there. And what that does is basically lube up all your injectors, reduce corrosion inside your engine, and just increase overall efficiency. So if you want to check this out, I'll leave a link in the description, but the Seafoam product is very well rated, and I'm excited to give it a try. All right, guys, number 6, I'm not going to try to pretend to be any type of expert on, because I'm not, but it is something that's going to affect your fuel economy and something I really should mention, and that is going to be your gear ratio. So from the research that I did, I found a picture of what looks like to be a good indicator of what is going to affect your gas mileage and what's going to be most efficient and non-efficient for your vehicle. So if you want to take a peek at that, I'm not sure how accurate it is, but do your own research when it comes to your gear ratio, because that is something that's going to affect your fuel economy. All right, guys, these tips that I've just given you are definitely not the only ways to increase your gas mileage. So I would like to hear from you guys down below what you've done to increase your fuel efficiency. But if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a like, subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Make sure to check out this video right here, and I'll see you guys in the next one.